Hey, what's up you guys? Back in the good old room. It's funny because the last time I filmed a gay questions video, it was right here. Planned. She plans. I feel like this is oddly high. Let me adjust you. Perfect. A while back, I did a video where I answered LGBTQ+ questions. Some about my past, some about my present, some that were just advice or just for fun. But so here I am, ready to answer your gay questions. These questions are so gay. I simply cannot. Do you have any embarrassing date stories? Starting it off with a bang. In all honesty, I don't go on many dates, and it just so happens that most people I find myself liking are already people that I'm like friends with. So it's almost like we skip the first date because we already know each other. But the closest thing to this answer that I can think about, or to answer this question, one time I went on a date with a boy, and within like the first 10 seconds of meeting him, he just called himself boring. That's the first word he used to describe himself, so from there it was just pretty downhill. How old were you when you had your first boy crush? I honestly have no idea. I mean, like, when I really think back to it, I feel like I had a crush on so many of my friends growing up, down to like when I was 4. Looking back to it, I think I had a weird obsession with them to the point where it was like, it was a crush. I really wanted to be around them purely because I liked them more than a friend. But also when you're young, it's like so innocent and you don't know that it's a crush. So yeah, maybe like 4. Kindergarten? Oh my god. Is it difficult being LGBTQ+? I've always wondered. I think the way that I see it is that, yes, of course it is difficult. Being the minority or being discriminated is obviously a difficult thing that comes with being gay or bi or transgender. But the way I see it is that everything is difficult. It's difficult for people of all different religions, all different races, all different sexualities, mental health, physical disabilities. Everyone has baggage. Everyone has something that is difficult in their lives. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult at times to be a part of the community, mostly from outside sources. But then I just remember that everyone has it hard. Yikes. But it's also great, it's fun. Okay, next question. Can you explain the difference between bisexual and pansexual, because many people don't seem to understand? I should have prefaced this video by saying I don't know everything, so feel free to kindly educate me in the comments down below if I make any errors. But so from what I understand, if you are bisexual, you like both men and women. And if you're pansexual, you're attracted to everyone. You're attracted to all types of people. It's almost like the physical embodiment of a person doesn't matter. It's more that you're attracted to just people, no matter what their sexuality is or gender identity. If you look up the prefix pan, it literally means all. I love that. I think that sounds lovely. What do you think of clubs such as the GSA? So for all of you that don't know, the GSA is the Gay Straight Alliance. I think they're great. I had a GSA growing up in my high school, but at the time I was so deeply closeted and so ignorant that I thought the GSA was only for people who are LGBTQ+, which is completely wrong. If you have a GSA, anyone can be a part of it. It's literally the Gay Straight Alliance. Anyone can be a part of it. I think they're great. I think they're great for finding a community of like-minded people, for rallying around certain topics. They're great to bring up topics to your school. I think they're fantastic, and I definitely can't recommend enough. I really wish I joined the GSA when I was in school. I'll put a link down below. If you don't have a GSA in your school, you can make one. It's really not that difficult. So go make one. Go start the club. Go start the club. After coming out, who inspired your fashion sense? This is a perfect time to let you guys know that this video is actually sponsored by Calvin Klein. This is a dream. I'm not kidding. This is literally a dream of mine. So I'm in this thing called the Days 100, and the Days 100 is in collaboration with Calvin Klein. So I went to London just the other day with Calvin Klein for the Days 100 in promotion of, ta-da, their new scent. So Calvin Klein has always had this scent called CK1, but they just released this new scent called CK All. And I shit you not, I have proof. I have been using this scent for literally a year. Still have half the bottle left. The fact that I'm sponsored with something that I have been using from a year is just amazing. But yeah, so I went to the Days 100 with Calvin Klein, and it was absolutely fantastic. The party was really cool. London has far better parties than America. And, ooh, going to the question, I wore all Calvin Klein, but I wore a women's cutoff jacket. Why am I not thinking? A vest. I wore a vest. And it was like a cropped vest, and I looked cute as hell. But so basically, Calvin Klein released this new scent. It smells of citrus, wood, and amber. It smells so good. I'm definitely switching to this one. I love both, but this one is, oof, it's good. And the great part about both of these are they are gender neutral. I love gender neutral things. Oh God, Calvin Klein. And the little tagline for these are be one, be all, just be. If you want more info on these, I'll leave the link down below. This is so cool. But so to answer your question in a nutshell, after that tangent, after coming out, it just inspired me to literally just be myself. Whatever version of myself that I feel like being in that day. So now every time I go into a clothing store, I always look at the men's section and the women's section. That has become a thing that I do in almost every clothing store I go into, just to see, because half the time I find something really cute in the women's section and it fits me because I'm kind of small as a person. So yeah, coming out has just expanded my fashion horizons. Did you admire people who were openly gay as a child? I'm gonna take it as, when I was growing up, did I admire people who were open about their sexuality? I actually was so afraid of sexuality that I almost ignored them for a really large chunk of my childhood. It was up until I was like 14 or 15 that I truly thought about gay people and started looking into gay people. It sounds so weird. I'm like literally researching them on my computer. But me in present day, oh my God, they're like my heroes. I totally admire anyone who's open about their sexuality, but I also just kids who are open about their sexuality. I didn't have enough courage to do that, so I think those people are strong, courageous, just amazing, incredible people. I find them so inspiring. If you did drag, what would your drag name be? First of all, can I just give the quickest amount of praise to RuPaul's Drag Race, my favorite show in existence, season 9. Season 9. I was discussing this with my friends the other day, and my drag name would either be, this is the one they came up with. My friends want to call me Just Connie with an exclamation point. Just Connie. But I also came up with the drag name Agave Maria, which is, it's just like funny, and it's also very regal. Sweet. Like honey. If you have an idea for a drag name for me, leave it in the comments down below. Is my sexuality something I should always tell people? That's totally up to you. You definitely don't have to tell people if you don't want to. You don't have to bring it up every time you meet someone new. For me, it's been several years, so I'm super comfortable with my sexuality, so I usually just slide a comment in there somewhere. You'd be surprised at how often people talk about girls or boys, and usually when someone talks about a boy in some way, I'll just throw in a gay comment. Like I'll be like, oh my God, he's so cute. I actually don't do that, but I'll just throw in some sort of comment that basically says, I like men. Thoughts on kids in school throwing around offensive slurs just to be cool? It's so annoying. It was obviously just ridiculous and really sad, and it just speaks of ignorance. They don't know what that word means, and for some reason they've been taught that it's negative. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, try to educate the people or person. If you feel comfortable, you'd be surprised at how lasting it is to call someone out on something that they're being insensitive about, even in like a really nice way. It's really lasting. Have you been to any gay bars recently? I have. I've been traveling a decent amount recently, and it's funny, when I travel, I love to go to gay bars. I feel like they are the one place that I know will be semi-consistent, if that makes sense. I just feel happy being in gay bars, and I feel so comfortable being in gay bars. It's almost like a breath of fresh air when you walk in, just because you know who's going to be in there, kind of. I mean, you really don't, but I feel like I do. Every time I go to a new city, I just find myself going to a gay bar with friends with like no agenda. Just going and having a drink or talking to people, I don't know. So yes, I have. I've been to one in London. Been to some in New York. LA, I sound like such a dude. How do I tell my mom my boyfriend is actually my girlfriend? I'm assuming you haven't come out to your mom yet, so honestly, if you feel comfortable, I feel like it's a convenient way to come out to your family. Bring it up as a question like that. So mom, remember my boyfriend? Yes, honey. So it's actually my girlfriend? Oh. Tell me about her. It could go something like that. You never know. That's how my mom reacted, kind of. After I came out to her, then she was like, are you seeing anybody? She was very beyond sweet about it. So you'd be surprised. Okay, that's pretty much it. Those were some gay questions. I absolutely love doing these videos. I think they're so fun, and they just seem like a big help to you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give a big thumbs up and leave some more questions like those in the comments down below. If you are unaware, my book comes out in just a few days. If you click the link down below and pre-order my book, it will be to you in just a few days. That is insane. Click the link down below, go to notetoselfbyconnor.com, pre-order your book. Please, 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 please. I worked for so long on this. Also, I am going on tour, so if you want to come meet me on tour, make sure to click the link down below as well, notetoselftour.com. But that's pretty much all I got. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.